Hello everyone and welcome back, and welcome to your reading for the new moon in Virgo. This will be for all signs and there will be timestamps in the description. So Virgo, hello, happy birthday. We have a new moon in Virgo happening on August 23rd, 22nd into the 23rd, and it happens at 2:06 a.m. So on the morning of August 23rd, 2:06 a.m., but it's at 0 degrees and 23 seconds in Virgo. So it's the very, very beginning of Virgo. So this is going to amplify our lessons and our potential for our personal growth. So we know I have my notes, so I just want to make sure I scroll down and don't miss anything. So the Virgo new moon, right? We are moving now from the fiery, heated energy of Leo, the big roar, into a more earthly, grounded, slower, more organized pace of Virgo. So, and sometimes that can feel like a big jolt, right? So if you follow the planets, and especially the alignment of the moon, and that makes things a little easier to make these transitions, especially since we still have planets in retrograde. We still have the wounded healer Chiron, which is retrograde. So if you start to feel a little overwhelmed by the sudden change, or the change in energies, I should say, I'm going to tell you to take a step back, to close your eyes, to lean into your breath. Yeah. So this new moon, it's very powerful for new beginnings. It's a really good ground for planting seeds for your dreams and your visions, to really set the seeds and the foundation for those dreams to start to grow. Now we know it takes a while, right? The seeds has to go into the ground, it has to sit for a while, it has to be nurtured. So what steps can you take, right, to nurture the seeds for your desires and for your visions? And this is what you're going to be looking at during this new moon. It's also a great time to reconnect back to your intentions and create plans with deliberate steps, so you can take inspired action with a plan to move forward into your goals, into your dreams and your visions. More times than not, we want something, we have this dream, we can see it out there, but it's there. We have to start from here and take the next inspired step, the next right step. So this is a really good time to get really granular. So if you start to tune into like your inner Virgo, and we have all zodiac signs within our chart somewhere. So if you Google your chart, find out where Virgo is at. And that's the biggest influence Virgo has on you. But if you start to just tap into the qualities of Virgo, it's a very earth sign, so they're not moving very quickly, right? They know the importance of planting the seeds. They know the importance of setting, the foundations and writing out your plans and organizing the next steps forward for your goals. So start to lean into that. And once you do, you'll be ready to make these transformations, whether it is about your work, your health, your personal self-care. So let's not forget our self-care. So we all will be going through this in some variety or another. But we still have a little bit of influence of the rebellious Aquarius, right? So that doesn't mean that as you start to move forward and you're inspired and you're energized and you're ready to go, that doesn't mean that you won't be met with, some roadblocks. But, my belief in roadblocks are that it's just something that you need to take a look at. And maybe it's an old wound that needs to be healed. Or maybe it's an energetic block, that something you're holding on to that needs to be released. But that roadblock will not be stronger. Your determination and your desire to bring your dreams and visions into fruition will override any roadblocks that you happen to come upon. So that is the big outline. So we're going to go right into it. We have the Moonology deck. We have our tarot deck, and I forget which deck this is. It is, I do not have it here. Oh, yes, I do. Sorry, Midnight Magic. The magic mushrooms, right? And very earthy. And we have the Soul Remembers. So we're going to go right into Aries. And I've saged everything, and I have a candle burning to infuse some good energy. So Aries, what does this new moon in Virgo hold for our Aries friends? Our first sign of the zodiac. Let's give these cards a good shuffle. I pulled my card already. It's very interesting. I'm going to see if it comes out again for Sagittarius, so I'm not going to say anything. So, Aries, your first card from the Moonology deck is Full Moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. Take a reality check. So leaning into truth of what actually is, instead of the thoughts in your mind, right? Because the thoughts in our mind can take us off a little bit. So reality check. Take a reality check. But let's see. Let's go into your tarot. Something just popped over. Page of Pentacles. So Pentacles is very earthy, right? That's associated with the element of earth. That is about money, the foundations, the needs of life. So let's see what else comes out for our Aries. I'll try to pull 3 cards for each sign. And this is always for your sun, moon, and rising. So if you have, like, I'm a triple Sag. You know, so everything is Sagittarius. My youngest daughter is a triple Virgo. A triple Libra. And then my oldest, my firstborn, is a Pisces sun, Leo rising, and Aries moon. So like she would watch all 3 signs. But my youngest and I, we just need to watch the one sign. So let's see what else this has for our Aries friends. We have Page of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, 7 of Cups. This is very interesting because you have the card, take a reality check. And then you have the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups can be dreams. It can also be illusion or disillusion. Page of Pentacles. So the Hanged Man. Major Arcana, right? 7 of Pentacles. So what is your dream, Aries? And is your dream something that is based in reality? Or is it based on something completely out there? So you wanting to get grounded, right? Page of Pentacles, your first card. Getting curious about what is actually possible for you. And the transverse of this, Aries, could also be that maybe you don't believe that that whatever it is you want is possible. That could also be the reality check. So leaning into what is actually able to come to you. Page of Pentacles, though, right? Pages are the younger energies, right? They're the youthful energies. It's curiosity. So get really curious about what your dreams and your visions are. You know, and take time. Look at things from a new perspective. Maybe get someone else's perspective, someone that you trust. Or maybe I will always say, dive into some meditation or to some quiet time. But, you know, the Hanged Man is in the traditional Rider-Waite is the person suspended from the tree of life by 1 foot, or by, I think the rope is around the ankle. And he's just hanging there, and there's a light around the crown of his head. So this could also be leaning in, getting some spiritual guidance for you as to which direction you need to go. 7 of Cups. deciphering and sorting out between dreams and fantasy. And again, that comes back into the reality check. Sorting things out between what is a reality and what is a fantasy. So you have some deep diving to do, Aries. Let's see what your soul remembers card is guiding you towards. That's the back of the deck. A little deep diving for you as to what is possible. Expanding your potential for your possibilities and for your dreams, right? Let's see what the soul remembers holds for you. And you have strong. Wow. So this could come up with, I talked about there may be, as we move forward, there may be some roadblocks that come up. So there may be some past elements for you, Aries, that you need to take a look at. It could be a little bit of some shadow stuff or something you need to release in order to find the actual truth. And I need to do a video on this. There are different truths in the universe. There is the truth of in human form, such as if somebody does something to you, they hurt your feelings, right? And they hurt your feelings. And their actions, whatever it is, their actions where they hurt you. In the world of spirituality, it's that is a lesson for you to take a look at. Why were you hurt and why did it affect you that way? So because you had the Hanged Man, and I said there may be some spiritual lessons coming up for you, I would dive into the alternative a little deeper into what is coming up for you. But again, your desires are stronger than the roadblocks, Aries. So Aries, I hope that was helpful for you. Put everything back and we will go to our Taurus friends. Hello, Taurus. Happy new moon in Virgo, your fellow earth sign, like your buddy, right? So the alignment comes in. We have Taurus, Virgo, and then Capricorn, the alignment of our earth signs. So let's see how this lines up for our Taurus friends, because, like upon like. There's too many cards that came out, so I'll put it back. And again, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, of course. And we'll see. We'll just take this one. First quarter moon in Leo. Be humble. Very interesting. And again, there's a person sitting there, but there's the illumination is right above his crown chakra. We'll see how that comes up. How does that play out in your tarot card? So what does the tarot hold? What do our Taurus friends need to know? What is the message for Taurus? Right away, the Lovers. End of this Virgo new moon. Straight out, the Lovers. I love this. Lovers can be, we'll see what comes out though. It can be, I kind of get the feeling that this is, if this is a love relationship, we'll see what else comes out. Lovers can be a relationship. It could be making aligned choices for yourself. The choices that you're making sure that they are aligned with you. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you have 4 cards, so we'll just take them all. We have the Lovers, the Chariot, 2 major arcanas, 3 of Pentacles, Judgment. So I think there's a, and again, there's your card. Be humble. Okay, Taurus. You have the Lovers, the Chariot, 3 of Pentacles, Judgment. I don't necessarily, this could be a relationship with someone else. And Lovers does not have to be like a love and intimate relationship. It could be that there's a mentor coming into your way, or someone spiritually guiding you. I think you're coming forward. Or I think there's a blossoming, and I don't really care for the word awakening. I think we throw that around too much. But I think you're peeling away a lot of layers of yourself, and you're moving forward. And this humility, I think you're going to surprise yourself. I think there's something about you that you know is within you that you're starting to bring forward into the world, and it's almost like an amazement, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, this is who I am, and this is who I get to be, and this is the life I get to live. It's a really wonderful feeling for you, Taurus. So you're aligning back to yourself. So if you have been making choices or doing life, right, to benefit others, and you've been leaving yourself out, like, that's done. Judgment is the rebirthing of yourself. It is pulling yourself out of the judgment of others and moving into alignment with yourself. Chariot and Three of Pentacles. So Chariot, like, you're ready. You're ready to move forward. And you're very focused. You have the Three of Pentacles. So you have people helping you. Or now you could actually be talking to a therapist or being in some kind of a group counseling. And it could also be like an online group for like-minded folks. You're trying to figure out who you are. This is a really big thing for you, Taurus. I'm really excited to see who you're emerging as. And I think once the Chariot starts moving, there's no stopping you. You're going to be fully emerging for the person you are meant to be in this life. And then as you do, everything will align. And even just kind of look at, like, not just the mushrooms, but like the shape here. It's like, looks like there's a little moon above here, and these look a little bit like wings, as if there's some really deep spiritual guidance. But you're emerging, Taurus. That's the best thing I can tell you, is you are fully emerging into yourself. Isn't that beautiful? Let's pull your Soul Remembers card. But I think you're going to be more so. I believe you're going to be amazed at, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I get to do this. I can't believe I get to be this person. Yeah. You are bold. You are bold. Just look at that fiery energy. Just look at all that. Yeah, your boldness is emerging. You're coming through. You're breaking through the judgments or the expectations, or, you know, how other people see you, and you're allowing yourself to fully emerge. This is beautiful, Taurus. For my Taurus friends out there, if you'd like to drop in the comments how this plays out for you, or where you're going with this, let me know. And it's funny because when I put my candle up in front of my little love sign here, I found a card, and I had gotten this card when I went to Thailand in 2019. I went to a yoga retreat, and one of the things that they handed out, like these little cards, and this card says, and suddenly you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of new beginnings. So, that's you, Taurus. So, Taurus, let us know. Curious minds need to know. All right, we'll go into our Gemini friends. Hello, Gemini. How are you? Our lovely air signs. Let's pull your Moonology card and see what guidance this new moon in Virgo is holding for our Gemini friends. So let's see. How is Gemini today? Are you enjoying your summer? Is everyone enjoying their summer? Yeah. It's been hot. It's been cold. There's been really weird weather. It's been, yeah, it's been a lot. But it's summer, right? So get out there and enjoy it. If this is your season, I love summer. I love summer and fall, my favorite seasons. Okay, so Gemini. You have new moon in Cancer. Relax. Okay. For our air signs, it is really hard sometimes for them to relax because they are the mental ones. They are the constant thinkers. They are the innovators. And to relax the body means to attune the mind and to direct the mind instead of having the mind have free reign. And that's a little hard sometimes. But everything is a practice, right, Gemini? Everything is a practice. So this is your time to relax and maybe renew. We'll see. What does the tarot hold for our Gemini friends for this Virgo new moon? I love new moons. And maybe because I was born under a new moon. I always and I was born under a new moon, right? Just new beginnings. And my life path number is 9. Endings. So my whole life is just like start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, or start and finish, start and finish. So maybe that's why. But what does the tarot hold for our Gemini friends? So relax, Gemini. So Gemini, take a breath in and hold at the very peak of this breath. Exhale and hold at the valley. And do that 2 more times to bring some mental clarity. And Gemini, you have the Emperor, King of Wands, the world. Holy cannolis. Gemini. Why is it telling you to relax? Because there's nothing to worry about. 2 major arcanas. King of Wands, the Emperor, the world. You've gone through it. You've learned a lot. Some of you have had a lot of lessons in this life. Some of the lessons you're receiving and you're learning, and some it took a while for. But everything that you've experienced, right? The Emperor. And we'll do the Emperor and the King of Wands. Very masculine, strong energy. So passion, desire, but structure, rules, regulations, foundations, order, higher consciousness. Passion. I think I said passion. Structure. The world. You're coming full circle on some element in your life. You're taking everything that you've learned in whatever time frame that you're looking at. And you're going, oh, this now makes sense for me. This is it. You get to maybe exhale. Take a nice sigh of relief because you're strong. You're a lot stronger than you gave yourself credit for. And that comes out, first card, Emperor. That's strength. That's determination. That is logic, which falls in line with you. It's structure. It's rules. But also the King comes up and says, don't forget to have some fun. The King of Wands. Don't forget to have some fun and make a little magic in your life and still believe in the magic that's out there. Wow. So this card of relax is like just taking a big old exhale. You got this, Gemini. You are just at the final stages of something really big that you've been going through. It could be a really, an easy time, but probably it's been something that's been a little daunting. Yeah. So, you know, that waiting to exhale. Let's exhale, Gemini. You got this. Let's see what your soul remembers card is for Gemini. Again. Strong again. Yeah. And I think you've had to be strong. I'm getting the feeling you've had to be strong, Gemini, to get through a lot of things. Because your mind is telling you, logically, this doesn't make sense, or this shouldn't be happening. But it is. That inner strength. So that's some Leo energy pulling in too, right? So maybe lean in. We're going into Virgo. We're moving out of Leo into Virgo. But that strong is also a little bit of Leo energy. So Gemini, I would see where Leo falls into your chart. Well, obviously, look where Virgo falls into your chart, but see where Leo falls into your chart. That will hold some clues. Or maybe look at the Leo reading as well. Okay, Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Let's see what this new moon in Virgo holds for Cancer. Cancer and Leo balance each other. Cancer and Virgo balance each other out very well. Earth and water. They sustain one another. So let's see what this holds for our Cancer friends. What is your Moonology card? And yes, if you can hear, the lawn people are here. But it doesn't matter what day I record. It seems like every time I hit the record button, they show up. And that's fine. Okay, Cancer. New moon in Aries. Go for it. Look at that fiery red, crimson, kind of like, yeah. Go for it, Cancer. Just go for it. Just go. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. What are you going for? What are your dreams? What are your passions? What are your desires? What is your vision? Go for that vision. So this is new moon in Aries, so maybe see where Aries lies in your chart. And we'll see what the tarot holds for our Cancer friends. All right, tarot, what do you hold for our Cancerian friends? What are they going for? I'm really curious. I kind of sometimes think I live vicariously through these cards for you guys. Like, oh, what are you doing? What is that? Okay. You have one card face down. You have the Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Star. Interesting. So your book ended on your major arcana. The Star. So we're going to skip the Star for now. Nine of Swords. We're going to go straight to that because the Star in the tarot comes directly after the Tower. The Tower is sudden disruption. It can be chaos. It could be upheaval. It could be something unexpected or something that you've decided to rid yourself of. The Nine of Swords is like the never-ending nightmare, or the thoughts that something is looping in your head. So whether it's something that happened to you or happened around you, and you keep like we have these things that happen and we just kind of replay the thought looping in our head. And what happens is when we do that, we start to reinforce it. I'm feeling, Cancer, that your go for it is you're letting all this stuff go. Whatever has been holding you back, if there have been, because this is the Nine of Swords, right? That's about the thoughts. That's associated with the element of air. So maybe look at your air friends as well, or people around you who have air in their chart. And air signs would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So, were people telling you things that you should not be doing or could not be doing? I think you're breaking free of all of that. Because you have the Six of Pentacles. in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a person standing up, and there's, it looks like little kids, and he's like dropping coins out. And I get the feeling, Cancer, that you've been giving a lot of yourself away. I mean, you've just given everything away. To the point where it's almost, I'm going to have to say this because this is what's coming through, Cancer, so I say this with love. It feels like you've given away part of your soul. Like you've lost who you are. Then we'll come to the Hangman and the Star. Changing your perspective, no longer allowing outside thoughts to get into your psyche, to move into your mind and to move into your life. This is done. You are no longer, not that you're not going to be generous, but you're no longer giving yourself away or giving things away to the detriment of you. You're done. You're leaning into your, again, this is the second time that the Hangman came out. And there's always a lot of spiritual awareness happening. Leaning into your higher self, taking a new approach. Dumping out. You know, when I teach yoga and when we are in an inversion, generally like downward facing dog, I'll say just let those thoughts, like, drop out of the crown of your head. And this is what you're doing, I think, with the Hangman. You're just purging out all of those thoughts, all the intrusions that are not you. Because the Star of Hope has made its way. And it's in our darkest times, that's when the light is visible. If the sun is shining, you're not going to see another light. But when you're at a dark moment, emotionally, spiritually, hopefully not physically, mentally, or hopefully none of these, but we all get to there. It's in that darkest moment where the light can start to make its way in and you can start to find yourself again. It almost feels a little bit connected to Taurus. So there's a huge shift happening for you, Cancer. Let's pull your soul remembers, and if Cancer, and any of them, if you have any questions about these cards or this reading, if you want a little more clarity, I mean, I usually do a reading, like a full reading for an hour to an hour and a half. If you want like a mini reading just for clarity, 30 to 45 minutes, we can do that as well. If you just need a little more information, that's fine. Reach out, let me know. We'll get you on the books. Cancer, you are vibrant. You are vibrant. Go for it. Go for it. You are vibrant. Go for your light. Go for dumping out all the stuff that is not you, that has been holding you back or pulling you back. Let your vibrancy show. That's what you're going for, Cancer. I love this. Okay, Cancer, I hope that is helpful. Or maybe it's created more questions, which is a possibility as well. But that's what happens sometimes. So we will say, Cancer, go for it. Do it. And let's go into our Leo friends. Hello, Leo. How is Leo? The heat passion of summer, our second fire sign. And it has been a Leo summer for sure. Especially where I'm at. There's a lot of heat, a lot of energy. A lot of, even we see globally, a lot of unearthing happening, right? And that's like all the belly passions making their way to the surface. Metaphorically and physically, right? So let's see what the cards hold for our Leo friends. Okay, last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less and feel more. I know our fire signs can be a little chatty, right? So let's see. Let's see, Leo. And again, there's always somebody meditating underneath the moon. I will say this all the time. Take a few minutes every day to meditate. Close your eyes. Breathe in and out. Listen to a podcast of meditation. Go onto YouTube. So, feel more. Feel more. Leo. So this is the card is the last quarter moon in Pisces. You might want to see where Pisces is at in your chart. You may want to look at your Piscean friends. And let's see what the tarot holds for our Leo friends. Martini has made her way in here. You have the last card of Tower. Four of Pentacles. Temperance. Oh, Sagittarius. Tower. I'm going to probably pull in a couple more cards. Four of Pentacles. So I'm going to say, where do you feel like you're losing control, Leo? Where do you feel a sense of insecurity? There's a lot happening here. Are you trying to balance too many things at one time? Is what you're trying to create just, is it whatever it is you're trying to do, like nothing is working? I feel like you're out of balance, Leo. And you're trying, right? Sagittarius comes in right in the middle. So lean into your Saggy friends as well. But I feel like you're out of balance. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards for Leo because it also feels like there's a deception happening. As if, I'm surprised Seven of Swords is coming to mind, although we didn't pull that. As if someone has deceived you or there's something not right. So maybe this is going to be, maybe there's something that's going to be exposed. So I'm just going to take this to its limit because I have to. If you feel like someone is doing something against you that is hurtful, that is legally and or morally wrong, don't talk about it. Keep it to yourself. Get your facts. Yeah, I say get your facts, and then the High Priestess comes out. But I feel like there is some disruption or something is going to be revealed. And I think you're going to find that somebody in your life is not who they claim to be. Let's see if anything else wants to come up. Again, like things are out of balance. This is a revelation coming for you, Leo. High Priestess and the Lovers. Balance. Harmony. High Priestess. She is the companion to the Hierophant. I was going to say the Emperor, but no. That's too many cards. Let's see if one more wants to come out. So, leaning into your higher self. Again, talk less. Keep things to yourself. If you suspect some type of deception, theft, fraud, whatever, keep it to yourself. And see how you feel about that. Okay, that's all that's coming out. I just said the High Priestess is a counterpart to the Hierophant. The Hierophant lands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I mean, really. You cannot make this stuff up. There's just no way I could. Okay, so harmony, balance is going to be restored, but there's an upheaval that's happening. There is something some truth that's going to be revealed. And I think you know what this is. You have a feeling. I don't feel for too many Leos that this is going to come out of nowhere. It is possible, but I don't feel that. because you're holding on to something. It's like, or maybe you're the holder of the secret, Leo. Or maybe you don't want to acknowledge it. I don't know. There's something happening here, Leo. Something's going to be revealed. But it has to be revealed in order for you to come back into harmony, for you to come back into balance, for you to be able to let go and release. Again, then, as soon as I said that, right, the High Priestess, your higher consciousness, and her divine counterpart, the Hierophant, landed on the root of the deck. So there is a lot of spiritual, divine guidance coming to you. And then you have 5 out of 6 of these cards, Leo, you have 5 major arcanas. Major arcanas are the things we really need to look at. The minor arcana cards are the everyday things, like the little nuisances. Major arcanas are really big life revelations and lessons. You're going through it, Leo. So this 4 of Pentacles, maybe you stop holding on. Maybe you stop holding on and just let everything go. Just let the dam burst. Just let everything fly out. Let the lava pour. Things will land where they're supposed to land. In balance and harmony. And again, I said this card looks like it's divinely guided, right? This looks like little angel wings. And then you have the 2 highest divine counterparts in the whole tarot deck. The Empress and the Hierophant. You have a lot of strong energy, Leo. If you want to go deeper into this, because there's a lot happening here, let me know. Or take a yoga class, meditate. But keep things to yourself. Maybe don't reveal what you know. So let's pull out your Soul Remembers card. This is a lot, Leo. So I'm here. I will hold space for our Leo friends. Let's see what the Soul Remembers deck holds. Okay. Dream your life, live your dream. So when all is said and done, your life is going to go back. It's not going to go back to what it was. It's coming into a whole new dream and a whole new reality for you, Leo. Yeah, so that's Leo. Hope you have found a lot of information for you, Leo. So digest it, take your time, look at your all of your elements, sun, moon, rising, see where Pisces lands in your chart. Always see where Virgo, because it's Virgo new moon reading. And Virgo, how are you? What does your new moon hold for you? Yeah, let's see, Virgo. We'll give these cards a shuffle. We'll see what is going on for our Virgo friends. Your new moon. Oh. It's always great when it's like your new moon. It's like, it just feels so refreshing, doesn't it? At least for me, it does always feel so refreshing. So let's see. New moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. Look at that card. Look how, I just think that picture is beautiful. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. So I would pull out your chart, see where Aquarius is at in your chart. There might be some information or inspiration there. These colors are gorgeous though. So open up to change. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Virgo friends under this Virgo new moon. And they're perfect, right? And this is new moon in Aquarius. You are new moon in Virgo. New moons are about change, new seeds, possibilities, growth, expansion, dreams, visions. So what does the tarot hold for our Virgo friends? So you notice how the cards got a little quieter after Leo? Strength, Leo energy. Two of Swords, King of Wands. I don't generally read relationships because they get very complicated. And as people, as soon as the word relationship comes in, we automatically start to like try to control the situation. So and again, I think we're gonna have to pull more cards for you. There's a choice or decision around a relationship. So some of you may be having to choose to go into a different direction. This relationship has run its course and has taken its toll, and you're maybe not feeling compatibility. I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you though. Just see. Let's clarify this relationship or maybe you're moving into a new relationship that is more compatible. But with the Strength card leading you, I think there's a change in your relationship. What do we have now? Eight of Swords, Justice, Page of Cups. I think there's a relationship ending or coming to a conclusion. And it doesn't have to be this big, grand thing. You know, a lot of times we're in relationships and out of relationships, whether they are love, intimate relationships, or they are friend relationships, whether they are business or work relationships. When things come to a conclusion, more times than not, parties get upset and angry, but maybe we just change to move forward into the change that we need to go into. We say thank you for this lesson and for carrying me through this part of our life. Because Eight of Swords, there's a feeling like you haven't been able to be yourself, or you've been held back in a relationship. And you could have been holding yourself back. You could have been keeping yourself small, right? In order for the other person to feel comfortable. But there's a lot of breaking free here. Learning to love yourself. This is Page of Cups. This is coming back into loving yourself and nurturing yourself. And when I did, at the very beginning of the video, I talked about some of the elements as your personal and self-care, to lean into that. Justice. This is justice for you. Although this tree looks a little daunting, right? Or that mushroom looks a little daunting. So maybe you're moving into a portal or a new realm of finding balance and harmony for yourself. Or maybe you've been out of balance, right? The Two of Swords. Either unwilling to make a decision or not feeling you had the ability to make a decision. Maybe thinking you were not strong enough to love yourself or to allow yourself to be whole and complete. So it's not, in relationships, there's give and take, but there's balance and harmony. So if you're feeling depleted and not feeling yourself, and the only reason I say this is King of Wands, I generally like the King of Wands, but the King of Wands can also be overbearing. It's a lot of energy. And for some of our earth signs, too much fire can kind of shut you down a little bit. So if you feel like someone is just overpowering, and maybe they don't even mean to be, but there's so much that you haven't been able to be you, and you feel like you've been trapped, or you haven't even, or maybe you haven't said anything, right? And you're going, no, wait a minute. I deserve to have equality in here. I deserve to be who I am and to be seen and to be loved. So you're turning back to loving yourself, however that is. Open up to change. The change of coming back to loving yourself. Let's see what the Soul Remembers cards hold. I'm going to have a sneeze. Sorry. I'm sorry. But usually when I sneeze, that they say, right, whenever you sneeze, like that means it's true, whatever you just said. Soul Remembers. Look at this. You are so beautiful, Virgo. Look at that. And just kind of look how these card colors, I mean, they're extremes, but they kind of complement each other. They're different versions of the pinks and purples and blues. You are so beautiful, Virgo. Don't forget that. Always remember that. Open up to change. The change is loving yourself, being an equal partner. And who knows? You start to speak up for yourself. You start to find your voice that had been hidden, that had been silenced. This relationship could actually grow into something really beautiful because the other person may not know, may not have any realization. I love me some fire signs. I'm a fire sign, but sometimes we have no clue. Virgo, that is your reading. Hopefully that has brought you some inspiration as to where you're going and how to find your voice. Let's go into Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you? Our balancers, our scales of justice, equality, harmony, peace. Although sometimes they can be yielding that sword in the face of justice and equality. But let's see what these cards hold for our Libra friends. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Crown chakra. And again, meditating on the edge of a dock, over the water, underneath the moon. Honor your feelings. Okay, Libra. Let's see what the tarot has. I really want to give these cards a good shuffle because make sure all those cards were separated here. First card out, Temperance. It's just popped out. Sagittarius energy, by the way. So honor your feelings. What else does the tarot hold for our Libra friends for this new moon in Virgo? New moon in Virgo. Okay, this card wants to come out. Okay, so let's see. We have Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Okay, and another one, I'm going to have to pull some more cards. Temperance. It's not always about balance, but creating, right? Creating the life that you want. And sometimes it's, the Temperance card in the traditional Rider-Waite is an archangel, and they're pouring from one cup to another. So are you allowing your cup to be filled, or are you depleting your cup into someone else's? But I think you're filling your cup up because you have Queen of Pentacles. Independent, self-made, very confident woman or man, but woman because it's Queen. The Tower, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands can be exhaustion. It can be tired. You've been working, you've been doing a lot. And because the Tower came out, I think that overexerting yourself or overworking is coming to an end. Yeah. King and Queen of Pentacles. Another one, you have divine counterparts here. And that could also be balance. 9 of Wands. We'll see what's on the bottom. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a theme about money. A little bit of a theme about money. So Temperance. Coming back to honor your feelings, right? balance, harmony, Queen of Pentacles, self-made, but 10 of Wands. Are you a little tired? I just feel like there's a feeling of just being tired, being overworked. Because then the Tower comes up and says, okay, and the Tower is coming up a lot today. So there's a lot of like revelations happening. If the Tower comes up and says, okay, that's enough. You don't have to do it on your own. I will send the King or a strong energy to match yours. So you don't have to do everything by yourself. And then the 10 of Wands now backs off to the 9 of Wands. And you go, okay, I can take a step back. 4 of Pentacles. I can rest because I know everything now is taken care of. And I didn't have to do it all by myself. So honoring your feelings, Libra, letting others kind of help you along the way is what I'm getting. Ace of Pentacles, right? So if you have, there's a lot of cards here. I'm not going to go into the rest of them because else I wouldn't get to anyone else. Ace of Pentacles. A lot of theme around security. And this is an earth. Virgo is an earth sign. But a lot of about security, money, finances. Do you have enough? Do you have to hold on? You know, maybe there could be, is there any fear about things? You have financial security, or you've been working on that for a long time, and maybe fear of losing that. But you're good. You're good, Libra. You're good. Again, there's a counterpart that is equal to you, maybe even a step above. That is going to let you know that you're fine. Everything is okay. You don't have to work quite so hard. Put down the wands. Take a few steps back. 4 of Pentacles. Everything is taken care of. Now, 4 of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite is a person standing there and they have their pentacles, or their feet are standing on pentacles. He's got one in his hand and I don't know, one someplace else. And just on its own, 4 of Pentacles would be a feeling of insecurity, which is why I asked about, do you feel like you're going to lose your security? But in this reading, because you have the divine counterparts and you have the Ace of Pentacles and you have Temperance for balance, this is saying you're stable. 4s are also mean taking care of everything. All 4 corners are met. The foundation is good and stable. So you have stability, Libra. You can exhale. And yeah, you can breathe in and out. And maybe, honor your feelings. Maybe go out to the water, sit on the dock, literally go and sit on the dock or sit by the water and just let yourself be renewed. Also, again, look at Pisces in your chart and see where that lies. And we'll pull your card for the soul remembers, and we'll see what your closing card is. So you see, as we're going through this, though, some signs need a couple more cards than others, and that's just kind of how it happens. I would be doing a disservice for those who needed some extra cards. So, and I know some of you probably feeling like, wait, why didn't I get extra cards? But some of them are very cut and dry, and some are when they're going through these big changes. I just kind of feel like I have to go a little deeper. But that's how I do in my readings, when I do readings. Even if it's like an hour and a half reading, if we have to go further or longer, I just do. You are luscious. Luscious Libra. Honor your feelings. Okay, I just love this. Getting away from all seriousness, right? And it's going to you are luscious. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. I love that. Okay, Libra. A luscious Libras. I'll leave it at that. I'll just give you a quick shuffle. And we'll go into, hello, Scorpio. How is Scorpio today? I'm having a good time here. How are our Scorpion friends? Our keepers of the secrets, right? Our secret keepers. What does this new moon in Virgo, hold for our Scorpion friends. Yeah, let's see. What new beginnings are coming for Scorpio? What can Scorpio expect? Last quarter moon in Taurus. And Taurus is the counter to Scorpio, right? You are on, on the polarity axis, you are exact opposite. Be proud of yourself. Aw, look at that. And just look at the vibrant greens. And there's a person again. They're sitting under the moon. I love it. So, okay, so be proud of yourself, Scorpio. Let's see what the tarot holds for our Scorpion friends. I'm going to cut this a little differently this time. What can Scorpio expect during this Virgo new moon? Be proud of yourself. Yeah, right? So our water signs, they tend to be a little more in the background. They tend to, until you amp them up, but they tend to not, like, they're very humble, right? They tend to not like have these big parades for their accomplishments or whatever. Like, they don't want a whole lot of recognition. So maybe it's time for Scorpio to have some recognition, right? I wonder if the Six of Wands is going to make its appearance. That would be, victory, being celebrated by others, being recognized for your abilities. So, what does the tarot hold for our Scorpion friends? Ace of Cups. That came flying out face up. Okay, and Cups is water. That's intuition. That's emotions. That is your heart center. Page of Swords. Oh, Ace of Cups. High Priestess. Second time for the High Priestess, right? Be proud of yourself. Yeah. So, although the Six of Wands is not here, the High Priestess is like just acknowledging who you are in this world. Our water signs are the most psychic signs in astrology. And Scorpio is, the keeper of secrets, right? So they hold a lot of information, or a lot of comes to them that they just kind of hold inside. So, yeah. A lot of really great mystics are Scorpions as well. So Page of Swords, High Priestess, Ace of Cups. For some of our Scorpions, I'm getting the feeling like you're leveling up. You're going to the next level of something. It could be your intuition. It could be your job. But whatever it is, you're leveling up. You're going to the next level. And very much was it Taurus? This says be proud of yourself, Taurus. But I think it was Taurus, if I'm not mistaken, that there was some kind of an amazement, like, what? Like, wait, this is my gift? Like, I get to be this? I get to do this? I'm getting the same feeling for Scorpio. So, Scorpio, of course, look to see where Taurus is at in your chart. Go back and look at the Taurus reading. That might have an effect on you. You're leveling up, Scorpio. You are just going to the next level. And of course, since it's the High Priestess that has come up, it is a level of higher dimensions in the spiritual, psychic realm. And again, we have more dimensions than just this earthly plane. There's not just one universe. There's 12 universes. The 13th is starting to evolve now at this time in the world. So some of our Scorpions are part of those higher sources of universe. Does that make sense? Yeah. But Scorpio, you just get to sit back and say, yeah, I'm a part of this. I'm a part of the master plan. I'm a bigger part of this plan than I realized. And yeah, you're so proud that you are part of that whole hierarchy. That is beyond the conscious awareness or even ability for most other people to know and to see. You are leveling up, Scorpio. This is wonderful. I love this for you. Okay, this card is face up. I didn't even see this. Listen to your heart. We're just going to give you that card. Listen to your heart. Scorpio, this is a great reading. Leveling up. I believe this is beyond the earthly realm. It could be something earthbound. I think it's more than that. So if you want to share, you can share. If not, of course, Scorpio keeps things in, then that's fine too. Let's go on to, hello, Sagittarius. How are you? How are my fellow fire signs, my fellow Saggies? What does this Virgo new moon hold for our Saggy friends? Our last fire sign of the zodiac. Let's go into this. Let's see what messages are coming through for Sagittarius for this Virgo new moon. Last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. Oh, well, just look at that. So go take a dive in the water, Saggy. Spread your arms out underneath the moon and say, yes, I am here. What do you hold for me? Oh, take a break. And this, for me, this is very true. Sometimes I think I just need to get away from everything. So, of course, Sagittarius, this card is the last quarter moon in Cancer. So see where Cancer lies in your chart. That is going to be very helpful in determining what all that encompasses for you. One card fell straight out. What else does the tarot hold for our Saggy friends? Take a breather. And all this week I am doing yin in my public classes because yin is such, it's during the new moons. I always like to do yin classes to get quiet, to go within, like to let those seeds germinate, to get a good foundation in the soil of ourselves for those seeds to be planted. We have one card face down. We have the Judgment card. And we have another card face down. We have the Hermit, Judgment, 5 of Wands. Okay, Sag, you're going to need some more cards. Take a breather, right? That could also, the Hermit could also be like taking a breather, like going inside, taking a retreat, getting away from all the noise and chaos. The Judgment, though, we're breaking free. But Sagittarius, we're always breaking free. 5 of Wands. So we're going to go some more cards to Sagittarius. Breaking free, Judgment. What are we breaking free from? Or are we resisting that? Because 5 of Wands, or are you fighting yourself, Sagittarius? Is kind of inner conflict, right? What are you resisting? What are you fighting against? And are you fighting against something, or are you fighting for something? And it'd be interesting to see, Saggy, if you are resisting, like taking a break. Are you like, no, I have to keep going? Or are you just ready to say, you know what, I'm going to surrender and take that break? Okay. King of Pentacles. Okay. Libra, I think, just had the King of Pentacles, right? And right on top of the mushroom, I did not notice this before, there's a diamond on the top. So that's a reminder that, things take time, Sag. Things take time. I know, fire. You're ready to go. You're ready to blaze the trails and burn everything down. You have a lot of passion, a lot of energy, but things take time. 10 of Cups. 4 of Wands. Wow. Here you go. In both traditional decks, the 10 of Cups is this home and happy family, Four of Wands is a home and happy family. Take a breather. Stop fighting yourself, Sagittarius. And maybe I'm talking to my own self. Stop resisting. Let things take time. The best things in life. And then the card underneath that is a magician, right? Alchemizing, creating what you want and giving it time to germinate. Planting these seeds now will take you exactly where you want to go. These seeds that you're planting will germinate. They'll start to blossom in the spring. And with your patience and taking a moment and stepping back and letting nature do its thing, your dreams are manifesting. Let go of the resistance or the need to push. And I'm speaking from my own personal self, we can tend to want to push things along. Step back. Let this diamond form, right? You're creating a little dynasty for yourself, Sagittarius. A dynasty, though, that you can share with your friends and family. There's and some of you may be moving to a new home. That's coming in that's coming in really big. All right, there's somebody over my left shoulder. So if any Saggies out there have someone on the other side, there's somebody over my left shoulder. As soon as I said moving into a new home. And again, you are magic. Don't forget, you are magic. Okay, let's go into your... Take a breather, Sag. Take a breather. Let's go into your soul remembers. And let's see what this holds for our Sagittarian friends. These readings are really interesting for this new moon in Virgo. And I probably say that a lot. But it's because it's true. The time is now. Now, Sag, take a breather. Right now. Take a break. Exhale. Sagittarius, that was a big reading. If my Saggy friends out there need a little more or need a little less, let me know. What are you cultivating? What are you creating? What is happening? Where do you need to step back from? And what are you taking a breather from? Okay, Sagittarius, that is your reading. I hope that has been helpful. And let's go to Capricorn. Hello, my Capricorn friends. How are you? Happy new moon in Virgo, your fellow Earth sign. Let's see how this makes its way into Capricorn. What does this new moon in Virgo hold for Capricorn? So what seeds are planted in Virgo in order for Capricorn to become Capricorn? Because that's kind of how this goes, right? Capricorn, your card is trust all will be, oh my gosh, Capricorn. Trust all will be well, and the card is new moon in Virgo, and this is the new moon reading in Virgo. Capricorn, if this is not your card, I'm telling you, I love it. Trust all will be well. So I would lean into see where Virgo is at in your chart. See what your Virgo friends are doing, what seeds they're planting, or what aspirations they're working towards, or what goals or dreams or visions they have for themselves. That will bleed into you, because that is in the steps, right? It is Taurus lays the foundation, and then Virgo has the plans and starts the structure, and then Virgo starts the plans and starts to build the structure, and then Capricorn caps it off and finishes it up. So let's see. This is very interesting. What does the tarot hold for Capricorn during this Virgo new moon? I hope that made sense. If not, let me know. I will clarify that. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm just going to do this for you. Nine of Swords, Three of Cups, Knight of Cups. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you because, yet again, the Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. All right, here we go. It was on the root. Three of Swords. Yeah, so we're moving away from the Three of Swords. Three of Swords and Nine of Swords. Three of Swords on the root of the deck. Nine of Swords is your first card. Worry, stress, anxiety. Are you going through a mental or emotional state right now? Is it hard for you? Okay, so I'm just going to say this, Capricorn, are you resisting a relationship or even kind of love? You have Three Cups, right? The Three of Cups, which is a celebration, right? The Knight of Cups, which is romance, like a budding romance. Queen of Cups is coming back home to your heart. Three of Swords, which is a heartbreak card. So are you healing, Capricorn, or are some of our Capricorn friends healing from a broken heart and having trouble kind of trusting? I don't think this is going to take too long. You have a lot of water energy around you. So lean into your water friends or your water signs. See where Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio lie in your chart. And that will hold the key to your healing. And you have the Ace of Cups. So a lot of this is around emotional healing for you, Capricorn. But here, the Emperor. This is you. You are the Emperor. You are strong. You are strong where you are strong. You know exactly who you are when it is in your wheelhouse, when it is your element of earth. But then when it comes to matters of the heart and emotions, that's oppositional territory for you, right? That's something that's uncomfortable for you. So maybe it's getting out of leaning into the discomfort. Maybe you're not putting your emotions on display, or maybe someone needs to hear how you feel and you're up and holding back. Nine of Pentacles. You're very independent. And sometimes that independence can be a little detrimental because I'm independent, I can do this. Let people in. This is a lesson on love and letting people in, Capricorn. This is finding that balance. Like, you have the structure, you have the intellect, you have the rules and regulations, you've got the whole guidebook, you probably wrote the guidebook. But when it comes to, but not everything is structure. Sometimes intuition and the heart need to kind of guide the way. That's out of your comfort zone. I think that's where the imbalance is coming from. Bring these two together. There's emotional and intuitive element that's trying to make its way in. Don't let the walls of logic block them out. Let the walls of logic say, okay, this is here, but there's always another realm. There's always another space. Lean into your heart. Green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. Lean into your heart, Capricorn. For some of you, some of the Capricorns, I feel like the heart is a little closed. It's a little rigid. It's a little something you can't control. And when love starts to make its way in, it may feel really uncomfortable. Because love is not a logical thing, Capricorn. It is an emotional thing. It's a spiritual thing. Let's pull out your Soul Remembers card, Capricorn, and see what that holds for you. This is big, Capricorn. I love this. You're probably feeling very uncomfortable. And if you're watching this, you might be squirming in your seat and wanting to turn this off. And I get it. I'm asking you to trust. Your card, trust all will be well. Lean into your heart. Breathe in and just ask whatever forces that you believe in If you have loved ones on the other side, ask them. If you don't have this big belief in something else, you believe in them. Yeah. So this is that resistance, right? This is some of the barriers that kind of show up when we are steadfast in planting seeds, new seeds of our reality, right? When we're starting something new. Look at that resistance and meet it. You're fine, Capricorn. You're fine. Your soul remembers. Again, this card keeps coming up strong. So lean into, see where Leo is at in your chart. You're okay. You are strong enough to allow your softer side to show, to allow your heart to shine, to allow your feelings of love to be known, to allow the intuition to come in. My grandmother on my dad's side, my paternal grandmother, she was a Capricorn, complete Capricorn, but she was an intuitive. She was actually a psychic. And she knew how to, she figured out how to balance the two, Capricorn, earth, structure, logic. And then the intuitive had to come in because that was part of her soul. And she figured it out. You can do this too. And she's a Capricorn. So Capricorns, I have faith in you. Everything's going to be fine. Let it in. Let your heart shine. Let love in and just see what happens. Okay, that's it for Capricorn. Hopefully I have not upset you too much. Aquarius, hello. Hello, Aquarius. How are you? Happy new moon in Virgo. Oh, yes. What does this hold for our Aquarian friends? Our little rebellious ones. I love Aquarians. My best friend growing up was an Aquarius. Oh my God. We used to have so much fun together. Let's see what the cards hold for Aquarius. Full moon in Libra. Find balance. Again, a beautiful card. Look at that. Just look at the... I don't know. I love colors. And these colors just speak to me so much. Find balance. So Aquarius, see where Libra is at, maybe in your chart. Maybe look to some of your Libra friends, if you have Libra friends, and see what's going on in their life, right? They are very wise in seeing both sides of the situation and finding harmony and balance between discord or disconnect. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Aquarius. But yes, find balance. Let's see. What does the tarot hold for our Aquarius friends? Aquarius, do you want me to do what I did with Capricorn as well? No, okay. And sometimes the cards will just tell you how they want to come out. Sometimes, like Capricorn's cards, they did not want to come out. Capricorn is the royalty, right, of the tarot. It was like a little different. They wanted to be treated differently. Okay, so Aquarius, one more card for you. Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles. King of Swords. Oh. Okay, so you have some new beginnings coming your way, Aquarius. So maybe that's why it's saying find your balance. Ace of Wands. So aces are always new beginnings. And you see like there's a hand here. And it's like this an opportunity being presented to you or coming your way. But in anything, you have to decide whether or not you're going to cultivate that. Wands, magic, inspiration, energy, passion. What is your passion project, Aquarius? What is really starting to light you up? Or what has been resonating in the back of your mind or deep into your soul? that has been whispering to you like, it's time, I want to do this. Page of Pentacles. You're getting really curious as to foundations. Virgo. So maybe look up, always look up Virgo where that's at in your chart. King of Swords. What are you building, Aquarius? You're going through a whole big learning experience. For some of you, this is more higher education, although I think we should never stop learning in life. Even when you're done, high school, college, or further, life is always about learning. You're going into a whole new direction, Aquarius. Where are you going? So there could be actually a Virgo or a Capricorn influence in your life. Okay, again, I think you're going to need some more cards as well. Because you have Ace of Wands. What is that? Inspiration. Five of Pentacles. Some of you may be going into the financial world. You're looking at your money or the things that make you feel safe and secure. The things that bring about abundance. And abundance is a great thing. The more abundant we are, the better able we are to make choices and better able we are to help others out. So I think you're going on a new journey, starting something new, Aquarius, that is not part of your regular wheelhouse. Strength. Again, the Strength card keeps coming out as well. Balance, strength, yeah, Five of Cups, Nine of Cups. I think this is a balancing your emotions. Balancing your emotions with where you need to go. And you're going someplace. You have the King of Swords. I mean, you absolutely know. You have this plan already laid out. Now, where it was Capricorn, they needed to let their emotions come in to soften them up a little bit. Here, you're being told not to let your emotions get in the way of what you know that you want, Aquarius. You know what you want. So if you try something in the past and it didn't work out, you might be going back to that time. This is a new opportunity. It's a new situation. Don't let your emotions outrun you or overrule you, especially like the Five of Cups. Right? There's nothing that is being left out. Don't let your emotions get in the way, or other people's emotions get in the way of where you're trying to go. And don't let anything throw you off balance. Right? You're strong. You know who you are, Aquarius. Don't let anything get in the way of that. Or anyone. So let's pull your Soul Remembers card. And let's see. A lot of strength cards today. I love that when the same cards keep coming out. A couple Tower moments as well. Some divine counterparts. This is lovely. It's always about balance and harmony, though. Okay. You are wise. Yes. So, Aquarius, don't forget who you are. You are wise. That is the King of Swords, right? For the minor arcana. There's wisdom. There's education. There's knowledge. There's structure. There's the path forward. Not letting anything from the past or someone in your life try to tell you otherwise. So you may have somebody trying to talk you out of something. Thing is, Aquarius, you know. You know. It's not like you know here, like you know within every being of you. Like it is a definite yes. It lights up every cell in your body when you think about it. So go for it. Go for it. Keep balanced. One thing at a time. Aquarius, that is your reading. I hope that has been helpful. And we'll go to our Pisces friends. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. How are you? This Virgo new moon, what does this hold for our Pisces friends? Right away. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. This card came out for somebody earlier. Open up to change. Okay, Pisces. What seeds are you setting? And what seeds of change are you setting? So sometimes we can keep planting the same seeds. Yeah, okay. And then we get the same result, and then we want to know why nothing happens. New seeds for new experiences, new change. So what does the tarot hold for our Pisces friends as they open up to change? And again, the card is new moon in Aquarius. We just read Aquarius, so maybe watch Aquarius and see where Aquarius lands in your chart, Pisces. So let's see what the tarot holds for Pisces. Okay, Pisces, you have 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, King of Swords. King of Swords, this just came out for Aquarius. So go back and watch the Aquarius. 4 of Pentacles, stability, safety, community. 3 of Pentacles, right? It is bringing together people with different skills and talents to create what it is you want. Clarity, King of Swords, you are very clear as to where you want to go. And you're very clear to the fact that change is necessary. But let's not get too stuck into making sure we are safe to get there. Sometimes moving into clarity means stepping away from the safety, right? Stepping out of our safety zone or our security space to move forward, to allow everything to come forward. You have everything that you need. You have all this help with you. You know things are ready to move. You know you're ready for this change. The King of Swords is right here. Intellect, guidance. Dragonfly. Let me just look up. And this came up twice. Let me just look up if I can. Let me look up the meaning of dragonfly. Let me see if I can type. Let's see what the meaning of the dragonfly is for you. Dragonflies symbolize transformation, change, adaptability, and self-realization. And again, be open to change. Their life cycle from an aquatic nymph to a flying insect mirrors personal growth and the ability to move beyond limitations. Right? And the King of Swords, he moves way beyond limitations. He's got that sword. He just cuts away anything that gets in the path of him. They can also represent new beginnings, prosperity, and connection to the spiritual realm. So there you have it. You're good, Pisces. Right? Step out of your comfort zone. Know that you are supported. You have the dragonfly is a symbol of change. To be open to change, but you already know this. I kind of feel like you guys know this already. And you're like, yeah, but Pisces, right? You're going to take your time. The King of Swords is going to come in and say, okay, let's just get going. And Pisces is gone. Give me a minute. I'll get there. Okay, let's see what the Soul Remembers card is calling for our Piscean friends. And yeah. Card popped over. Breathe. Right? An excellent card. being open to change, right? We have to take a step back when we're getting out of our comfort zone, right? When the dragonfly is pulling us forward, saying, yes, you got this. Pause, Pisces, and just breathe. Just breathe. Sometimes it's not any more complicated than that. So everyone, this is your new moon reading in Virgo for August 22nd, 23rd. Hopefully you have found some inspiration, maybe a few more questions, some guidance, and a path forward. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, my email should be in here somewhere. But until next time, always send you light and love. Happy new moon, everyone.